Alright. Now, every guy in the room, you all know this feeling. Trust me. Every one of you. Where you're just like, ugh. Oh, fuck. Bleh, What the fuck did I just jerk off to? You know what I'm saying? We've all been there. Trust me. We've all been there. It's like, you immediately, it's like, I want to look at puppies or some shit. Or like, you know, Google Martha Stewart's holiday Christmas flan recipe making bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel like a disgusting fuck. Yeah, well, anyways. It's a little different for women, though. I think you're abhorrent in different ways. It's like, with a chick, it's like, once the sex act is actually, like, commenced, like, started, sometimes you chicks are way too fucking into it. Like we have neighbors. Like, you know, my neighbor has his kids over for the weekend, and you're all just like, holy shit. Ugh. Yep, it's just different. Just different. You know, it's pretty crazy that, like, you know, with the phones and the porn, any disgusting, deviant, like, the most disgusting, filthy shit you can even think of, it's right at your fingertips. All the time. Yeah, I like to challenge the search engines, you know, because I'm pretty creative, especially when it comes to porn. You know, like, think of stuff that might not actually even be there. But you gotta be really specific. You know, like, I want to see, like, a hot, like, brunette getting her ass eaten out in broad daylight by, like, some Iraqi. You know what I'm saying? You plug that into the search engine, you know, your porn hubs or your this hubs or your nutsack hubs or whatever the fuck. And it's like, I beat it. I beat the system. I beat it. That black dude is clearly not Iraqi. I beat the system. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let it joy in that. Let it joy. You know, if I was young now, holy shit, it would be so fucked up. Like, when I was growing up, we had to work for porn. Like, that shit didn't come easy. You know, we had to have, like, networks where it was like, you knew a friend who knew a friend, and his dad was like a total fucking pervert, right? But he was away on, like, a business trip or some shit, and his son, like, you know, broke the code to his porn treasure chest. And we'd all gather, you know. It was so uncommon, you couldn't even enjoy it on your own. It was usually like a group thing. I was like, you can only ever, you know, partially enjoy that, if you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? You know, yeah, I had a friend, you know, a couple different times this happened to me. They'd come across like a club magazine and just rip out a few pages for me, like, for my enjoyment. And it was like the best act of friendship you could even do for another friend. Because that was stuff that he couldn't jerk off to. You know what I'm saying? That was a sacrifice. And we all did that kind of stuff. Like, that was the world we lived in. Like, if I was alive, like, or rather, you know, like little, you know, growing up or whatever, you know, I'd be totally fucked up. I'd be a fucking serial killer. I mean, look how fucked up I ended up with the limited access to porn that I had growing up. You know, I think it was for our own good. I really do. That it was so not easy to come across. You know, and even in those circumstances, I came pretty close to breaking my dick. Breaking my own dick, guys. I was when I barely had anything. You know, holy crap. I think this young, newer generation that grew up with the phones in their pockets, holy shit, they're gonna be fucked up, guys. I mean, like, zombie apocalypse of porn and shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, like, seeing every conceivable, imaginable thing you could even think of by, like, age 10. By, like, age 10. Holy shit. You know, the first time I ever saw an uncircumcised wiener, I was in my 20s. And that shit was disgusting then, it's disgusting now. You know, it's like, I have two penises. Look, penis number one, penis number two. Penis number one, penis number two. You know what I'm saying? And that thing looks like it's gonna collect a lot of germs. Yuck. Disgusting. Disgusting. You know, I mean, it's hard enough to have a good hygiene with a normal wiener. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, normal wieners. Not an alien worm wiener. Well, you know, I think, you know, we become so saturated with fucking porn. Like, there's millions and millions of people that, like, have contributed to it, you know? It's like, we're fucking, like, you know, in the old timey days, they had, like, kings that just went, like, fucking crazy because they just saw too much, like, with debauchery, you know? Like, unlimited debauchery. Like, King David had, like 600 concubines. You know, for me, I'd be fine with half that many. You know, I'm just more modest, you know what I'm saying? It's my upbringing, you know. But we become so porn saturated and all that, like, filthy shit, you know what I'm saying? Like, all that filth and shit. You know what? I think, like, a rebellion, like, ironically, against the system is gonna be like people, like, rejecting that bullshit. Like, for us, it was the opposite. Like, this is edgy, this is what we really want, this is what we need, I think it's gonna be completely different. I think the future, you know, I'm an optimist, obviously. I think people are being fed up with all that porn shit. And eventually, you know, being normal, you know, like this country could be, I think eventually people are gonna demand that we go full fucking Sharia.